Good morning, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Asha. It's Sunday, and I thought what a beautiful thing to do on a Sunday is to read the great hymn to the Aten. My friends, I love surrounding myself with beautiful words, and there's something about this hymn. Every time I read it, I feel God. I feel good. You know, I've surrounded myself with beautiful books, the Upanishads, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, the Gathas, the Avesta, Sufi poetry, the Tao Te Ching, just beautiful words that make you feel good, feel God. But my friends, I want you to know this. You can go out into nature and there's a book. You can go inside and there's a book with beautiful words, the original word. And so my friends, I'm going to ask you, try to make time every day, if it's just 10 minutes a day, to meditate, to quiet the thoughts and go inside and just go to that place that sees all and knows all, that is one with God good, one with the original word. And you'll find that's the most beautiful words. But in this hymn, my friends, it resonates with that word inside of me. Of course, the Aten, it's the solar disk. You know, it's kind of funny. You guys stay with me for a minute. Some Zoroastrians moved in next to my uncle and aunt, and they called me to see what's going on, because they wear all white and they go out 3 times a day. And my aunt said they're worshiping the sun, you know. And I told her, you know, they're not really worshiping the sun. They're worshiping the Spirit, the all-good God that's behind the sun and that's in the sun and in the rays of life that come to us. You know, but the more I thought about it, I knew it'd be too much for her Western thinking to explain it all, but we really do worship the sun. We really do worship the God in the sun. We worship the God in people. We worship the God in the earth. We worship the God in the animals. My God, I worship my children. I see God in them. I see love. I see life. My friends, it's so beautiful. The great hymn to the Aten. Thou appearest beautifully on the horizon of heaven, thou living Aten, the being of life. When thou art risen on the eastern horizon, thou hast filled every land with thy beauty. Thou art gracious, great, glistening and high over every land. Thy rays encompass the lands to the limit of all that thou hast made. As thou art ray, thou reachest to the ends of them. Thou subduest them for thy beloved Son. Though thou art far away, thy rays are on earth. Thou art in their faces, but no one knows thy going. When thou settest in the western horizon, the land is in darkness, in the manner of death. They sleep in a room with their heads wrapped up, nor sees one eye the other. All their goods which are under their head might be stolen, but they would not perceive it. Every lion is come forth from his den, all creeping things they sting. Darkness is a shroud, and the earth is in stillness. For he who made them rest in his horizon. But at daybreak, when thou arisest on the horizon, when thou shinest as the Aten by day, thou drivest away the darkness and givest thy rays. The two lands are in festivity every day, awake and standing upon their feet, for thou hast raised them up, washing their bodies, taking their clothing. Their arms are raised in praise at thy appearance. All the world they do their work. All beasts are content with their pasturage. Trees and plants are flourishing. The birds which fly from their nest, their wings are stretched out in praise of thee. All beasts spring upon their feet. Whatever flies and alights, they live when thou hast risen for them. The ships are sailing north and south as well, for every way is open at thy appearance. The fish in the river dart before thy face. Thy rays are in the midst of the great green sea. Creator of seed and woman, thou makest fluid into man, who maintainest the son in the womb of his mother, who soothes him with that which stills his weeping. Thou nurse even in the womb, who giveth breath to sustain all that he has made. When he descends from the womb to breathe, on the day when he is born, thou openest his mouth completely. Thou suppliest his necessities. When the chick in the egg speaks within the shell, thou give him breath within it to maintain him. When thou hast made him his fulfillment within the egg to break it, he comes forth from the egg to speak at his completed time. He walks upon his legs when he comes forth from it. How manifold it is what thou hast made. They are hidden from the face of man. O soul God, like whom there is no other. Thou did decree the world according to thy desire. While thou wert alone, all men, cattle, and wild beasts, whatever is on earth, going upon its feet, and what is on high, flying with its wings. The countries of Syria and Nubia, the land of Egypt, thou settest every man in his place. Thou suppliest their necessities. Everyone has his food, and his time of life is reckoned. Their tongues are separate in speech, and their natures as well. Their skins are distinguished, as thou hast distinguished the foreign peoples. Thou makest a Nile in the underworld that bringeth forth as thou desirest to maintain the people of Egypt. According as thou hast made for them thyself, the Lord of all of them, wearing himself with them, the Lord of every land, rising for them, the Aten of the day, great of majesty. All distant foreign countries thou makest their life also, for thou hast set a Nile in heaven, that it may descend for them and make waves upon the mountains like the great green sea, to water their fields and their towns. How effective they are, thy plans, O Lord of eternity. The Nile in heaven, it is for the foreign people. Thy rays suckle every meadow. When thou risest, they live, they grow for thee. Thou makest the seasons in order to rear all that thou hast made, the winter to cool them, and the heat that they may taste thee. Thou hast made the distant sky in order to rise therein, in order to see all that thou dost make. While thou wert alone, rising in thy form as the living Aten, appearing, shining, withdrawing, or approaching, thou madest millions of forms of thyself alone. Cities, towns, fields, roads, and river, every eye beholds thee over against them, for thou art the Aten of the day over the earth. Thou art in my heart, and there is no other that knows thee save thy Son, for thou hast made him well versed in thy plans and in thy strength. The world came into being by thy hand, according as thou hast made them. When thou hast risen, they live. When thou settest, they die. Thou art lifetime thy own, for one lives only through thee. Eyes are fixed on beauty until thou settest. All work is laid aside when thou settest in the west. But when thou risest again, everything is made to flourish for the King, since thou didst found the earth and raise them up for thy Son, who came from thy body, living and youthful forever and ever. My friends, be blessed today, beautiful Magi, living and youthful forever and ever. See God today, see good today, see love, see it in yourself, see it in the sun, see it in the stars, see it in your fellow man, see it in the animals, see it in the earth, see it in the waters. See God, experience it, feel it. Love, peace, protection, and joy. I love you guys. Be blessed, and we'll see you next time.